Apple's September 2023 event is happening next week. There are not 5, not 10, but 12 things you can expect from it. Just like you can expect some insane power, literally, from our sponsor, Jackery. The Jackery Solar Generator 1000 Plus now offers 2000 watts in a smaller size, supporting a variety of devices for all of your needs. Check out Jackery using the link below as well as later in the video. Okay, so the first thing to expect from the event is of course the iPhone 15, more specifically the 15 and 15 Plus to begin with. And there are a number of changes here. The frame itself is being tweaked for the first time since the iPhone 12 so that the ends of it are rounded, making it more comfortable to hold. Then we're now getting the dynamic island on the standard models too. The 48 megapixel camera from the Pro models of last year is now coming to the 15 and 15 Plus, with the only exception being ProRes and ProRAW support, but likely with that 2x sensor crop coming too. We're also getting USB Type-C that will replace Lightning, although limited to USB 2.0 speeds, at least on the non-Pro models. Then the A16 chip from the Pro models of last year will also make its way into the standard 15s. The batteries are getting a considerable bump in capacity by 18% on the 15 and by 13% on the 15 Plus. And there are also some new colors coming, different shades of the existing colors, minus the purple, minus the red, plus an orange. And all of these would also come with color-matching braided cables. Next up, we have the iPhone 15 Pro and 15 Pro Max, or 15 Ultra, depending on how Apple decides to call it. And one of the biggest changes here is the new titanium frame that would replace the current stainless steel frame that we've had ever since the iPhone X, for a lighter and more durable body. Fun fact, Apple actually teased this in their event invite with the titanium powder and the new colors. As indeed, we're also getting some new colors on the Pro models too. Darker blue, and a new gray. There's also said to be a customizable action button coming that will replace the current mute switch and allow you to assign different actions and apps to it. The bezels would be considerably thinner, and the main camera is said to be getting upgraded too, on the Pro model at least, to an almost 1-inch sensor in size for an added depth of field and better lower performance. Then that long-awaited periscope zoom module that would enable 5 to 6x optical zoom, that will also be coming to the 15 Pro Max. We're also getting double the base storage to 256, and then also a higher tier 2TB option. Then the new A17 chip will be included with an extra GPU core, a faster clock speed, and a 3nm manufacturing process, bringing more performance and extra power efficiency. Speaking of power efficiency, larger batteries are coming, offering 14% more capacity on the 15 Pro and 12% more capacity on the Pro Max, which in combination with that 3nm A17 chip might make the 15 Pros the longest lasting iPhones yet. At least I sure hope so, after the unfortunate downgrade that the 14 models were. And we're also said to be getting faster charging at 35 watts, as well as a higher price point by around $100. All in all, the 15 Pros, especially the Pro Max, will definitely be the star of this Apple event. And I think that the fact that Apple's teasing the titanium and the colors in the invite really does give extra credibility to this. Speaking of credibility, with 11 years of industry-leading experience, Jackery's Explorer 1000 Plus is the solar generator for the Explorer, offering world-class 25% solar efficiency for fast charging achieved by its exceptional IBC solar cell. You can wall charge to 100% capacity in under 2 hours. Plus, it even features 2 100-watt ports for rapid charging, all operating at about only 30 decibels. And for a variety of use cases and emergencies, the 3 add-on battery packs increase its power from 1.26 watt-hours up to 5. And with up to 62 forms of charging protection, you can feel safe knowing that Jackery's Charge Shield technology charges fast even at 40 degrees Celsius temperatures, while boosting the battery pack's lifespan by 50%. Plus, its battery pack offers 70% battery health after 4,000 charges, based on daily usage for 10 years. Check out the Jackery Explorer 1000 Plus by using the link below. And now, back to the video, with the third thing to expect from the Apple event being the Apple Watch Series 9. And the changes here are pretty minor. The biggest one being the Apple Watch S9 chip, the first new Apple Watch chip since the S6, inside the 2020 Apple Watch Series 6. This new S9 chip will bring extra performance and extra efficiency thanks to the smaller 5nm manufacturing process down from 7, so the battery might last longer too. But other than that, there's really not much changing. There will likely be some new colors. My prediction is that Apple might bring back the blue and the green that got discontinued with the Series 8. And there is a new band that's set to be in the works that uses weaved fabric, so similar to the Tray Loop, and then also magnets to secure it in place. Although that band would technically work with all the previous Apple Watch models too, so it wouldn't be exclusive to the Series 9. But yeah, that's pretty much everything with the Series 9. Then we have the Apple Watch Ultra 2. I'm quite curious to see how Apple ends up calling this. Like, will they call it the Ultra 2, or the 2023 Ultra, or the 2nd Gen Ultra, or maybe even the Ultra Series 2? Personally, I think they'll just call it Ultra. Just like the 1st gen, and then on the specs page, you'll see 2nd generation. Essentially just like they do it with the iPads. And the changes here are also said to be quite minor. We'll have the S9 chip, same as the Series 9, with some battery improvements thanks to it. Then there's a new dark titanium color that's rumored, and I would expect to see some sort of new band here too. Maybe a 4th ultra-specific band. Although I'm not really sure what that band could be, as Ultra bands before have been designed for certain activities rather than style. And I do feel like they've actually covered pretty much all activities with the 3 existing bands. But other than that, nothing's changing really. At number 5, we have updated AirPods Pros. More specifically, the 2nd gen AirPods Pros are being updated with a USB Type-C case. Also, I'm pretty sure that Apple would be offering separate cases to purchase for those who have a Lightning case. And no, those won't be cheap. But yeah, no other AirPods Pro changes other than this. This next one is a bit of a question mark. We might get some updated AirPods Maxes too. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because number 1, they haven't been updated since 2020. Number 2, Apple is legally required by the European Union to update all of their devices and accessories to USB Type-C by the end of 2024. And number 3, the iPhone event is the perfect place for Apple to announce new AirPods, since they are iPhone accessories to begin with. However, we haven't had any recent leaks on them, so they might not happen. But if they do happen, we won't just be getting USB Type-C, but also that new H2 chip from the 2nd gen AirPods Pros, which will add a number of new features, from adaptive audio to conversation awareness, to the faster auto switching and much more. Same goes for the base AirPods. A USB Type-C update will happen, although it is unclear if this will happen in September or at a later point in time. There is a chance that this could be happening in September, as the last update was back in October of 2021, so almost 2 years ago. And the regular AirPods are also lacking that new H2 chip, which the 2nd gen AirPods Pros introduced, which, just like the 2nd gen AirPods Maxes, could indeed benefit from that new H2 chip. At number 8, we have the M2 iPad Air. So, just like the AirPods Maxes and the new base AirPods, this one is not certain. The current iPad Air came out in March of 2022, so we are in need of an upgrade to the M2 chip. However, in the past, iPads have gotten updated in October or March, so Apple could delay this update to October, or they could even push it to March of 2024, as that is when the major iPad Pro update is expected. You know, the one with the M3 chip, the OLED displays, and more. It wouldn't really make sense for Apple just to have an event only for the iPad Pro alone, and just like how it wouldn't make any sense for the biggest iPad Pro update in 6 years to just be a press release. So if anything, I would put my money on a March release, but I still wanted to mention it in the slight chance that we will see it in September. Same goes for the iPad mini 7th gen. We haven't had an update since September of 2021. We could either see an update this September with the A16 chip from the A15, or an update next year in March. Then we have iOS 17, and unlike the iPads, this is 100% being released. Overall, iOS 17 is a fairly minor upgrade, but there are some noteworthy features, with the biggest one probably being the new standby mode, which turns your iPhone into a smart display when it's charging and in landscape. Definitely best used with a MagSafe dock. Then widgets can also be interacted with now. So for example, in the reminders widget, you can now check off items, whereas before pressing it would actually open up the app. AirDrop gets some nice changes too, including the ability to quickly share phone numbers. And we also get personalized call screens, audio message transcripts in iMessage, then the ability to turn almost anything into an iMessage sticker, and much more. iPadOS 17 is also coming, and this one is set to be released at the same time as iOS 17, unlike over the past few years when it was released in October. iPadOS 17 comes with all the major iOS 17 changes, including the new lock screen that the iPhones got with iOS 16 last year. We also get live activities and more. But really, the biggest software change this year is with watchOS 10. All first-party apps have now been redesigned, and interesting enough, they all have a colored background, as opposed to the previous black background, which realistically, that was more power efficient, so we'll have to see if this will impact the battery life or not. We also get the new Smart Stack feature, so essentially widgets for the Apple Watch. Then the control center is now accessible by tapping on the side button. The app library has been redesigned too, and there are a ton of other changes as well, such as topographic maps, 2 new watch faces, one being the Snoopy one, the Compass app that got some big updates for navigating. Yeah, watchOS 10 is indeed a huge upgrade. All in all, this year's Apple event is looking to mostly be iPhone related, as all the other products are only getting some small upgrades, whereas the iPhone is getting one of the biggest upgrades in the past few years, especially when it comes to the Pro Max model. We'll be doing a live stream of the Apple event on September the 12th, so if you want to watch the event with us and interact with us, then definitely stay tuned for that. And also stay tuned for our final leaks and rumors on the iPhone 15, covering everything you need to know and all the latest leaks, as some of them have just come out. So stay tuned for that video, as well as for our big unveil, which will happen very, very soon. I'm Daniel, this is ZONEofTECH, and I'll see you guys in the next one. ZONEofTECH, signing out. Cheers.